You're now a host.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, everyone. So, good afternoon for you in Indonesia, and good good sorry good evening for you in Indonesia, and good afternoon for me in Russians, and good what time is it now in Australia, Mr. Anga?
11:20.
Oh, 11:20. Wow, I suppose that in the midnight, right? So thank you so much, Mr. Anga. Yeah, you're still here in our discussions. So even though it has been night there, but you still want to join with us with these interesting discussions. So today, yeah, we'll talk about something interesting. So yeah, we'll talk about subjective well-being. Yeah, in bahasa, yeah, and also in another words, we talk about prosperity, well-being, prosperity, welfare, yeah, and also national satisfactions. So what kind of think that you see that the satisfaction of a countries, and taking seriously the proud of what. So some things that are related to our emotions that I have published, especially in our group previously. Yeah, before we go far to talk about this, so I'd like to define one by one the definitions of well-being. First of all, based on your assumptions. Yeah, what is the meaning of well-being based on your assumption? Maybe well-being for me is talking about our countries. Yeah, when I can buy this one, when I can stay with these situations, when I can get the health insurance best for my countries, and I can get the high minimum salaries, or in bahasa we call it UMR and other. So based on your assumption, so what is the meaning of well-being? Yeah, maybe I suppose that the several of you here has different opinions about well-being or prosperity or welfare in your mind right now. So my first questions, anyone here want to explain the definition of well-being based on your assumptions? Yeah, you can raise your hand if you want to answer it. Anyone? Five, four, three, two, one. Okay, maybe I'd like to. I want to hear the opinion of uh, maybe Mr. GNR firstly. So, what do you think about
Maybe
well-being, Mr. GNR?
I don't have any idea.
Okay.
Honestly,
Okay.
but maybe
Wait.
maybe we can first Mr. or Mrs. Unusida.
Okay. So I will come to you after this, Mr. GNR. Okay. So
Okay.
maybe you can prepare about the
Yeah, sir.
definition of you, right? So
Okay.
yeah, there is one person here has raised their hand, Miss Unusida Dava. So what is the definition of well-being based on your assumptions? You may have the floor.
Okay,
Oh,
thank you for
Mister.
the time.
Sorry.
Yes, Mr. Okay, I think about the definition of well-being. I think well-being is a stage of being happy
Mm-hmm.
and satisfied,
Okay.
knowing stress, like physically and mentally healthy. And I think that is maintaining a good quality of life.
Okay. Maintaining good quality of life. So, uh, could you give me a more definition or explanation about quality of life based on your assumption? Maybe you can give the example. Mr. Dava, are you there? Hello? Artyom, можно? Это твой? Да. Anyone? Okay. Maybe there is the uh connection issues with Mr. Dalva. Okay, so how about Mr. GNR? Do you get some things in your mind right now about the definitions
Yes,
of maybe quality
maybe.
of life or well-being?
Yeah, maybe I'll answer in short. Yeah,
Okay.
well-being for me is like when someone have needs. Yeah, we believe we have always need that we can achieve it. But the problem is, I think it's related with our lifestyle. So if we have a high lifestyle, so it's hard to say that we are well-being based. But if for me the definition well-being based maybe is at least the main needs like what is home and clothes and food is full you can get it, but sometimes that's the main needs. But yeah, we know, like if we say are you well-being based, like when you live in Jakarta, maybe sometimes we have like a secondary needs, right? So it's hard to say we are well-being based. So I mean it's depend on what is the what is the our point of view. If the point of view is about lifestyle, so it will be hard to say that we are well-being based. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Well, yeah, this is really interesting. Yeah. Some things that is always different about well-being for different people, and of course, in a different perspective. It's like when you are in Jakarta, so people will think about different things regarding well-being in their cities in Jakarta and maybe in Papua or maybe in Payakumbuh in my city, or for example. So yeah, so this is really interesting. I see there are several person also has raised their hand. Mr. Sunshines, perhaps. Yeah, you may have the floor.
Okay, so I believe there are three essential keywords related to well-being, and three questions basically. The first one is that are you comfortable with the way how you live right now? Are you happy with that? And are you healthy with your thoughts, with your life? So I suppose that being healthy is not limited in physics, but more into mental, the conditions of our heart and brain. Okay, sometimes some people might be able to utilize their brains, but fail to use their heart to the fullest. In more developed understanding, I can say that well-being is like when you have your own freedom in making decisions, because I assume that even though probably some people are born intellectual or having like high rate of intelligence, but they are bounded by strict rules, the invisible or visible one. For example, like how parents force you to get married, how parents force you to get married with someone that you do not know, how fate sometimes didn't give us any possibility of controlling in having our own decisions when we are forced to become mature, they say, okay, and we need to sacrifice or being pragmatic offers something that we need to sacrifice at the end, right? Okay, so yeah, there is a difference of freedom, person to person. But more importantly, I would like to highlight that well-being is about self-acceptance. Okay, so are you satisfied? Are you happy with yourself? Okay, do you have a certain awareness of your own strength? Can you figure out your own weakness and how you formulate the combinations of your strengths and weaknesses to become uh, you, the one, the versions that you excel, and you will not have any regrets because you are not brave enough to do particular actions. Okay, so unique word means like when you become unique based on the freedoms that you have in your mind, in your actions, in your speech, you deserve that kinds of satisfaction and happiness. That's the definitions of well-being, I suppose. Thank you.
Okay. Well, so if I may ask you the questions, Mr. Sunshines. Yeah, you have told about many variants of people well-being in this world, right? And you have give many examples. So if I may give you questions, so if you got the opportunity to choose, yeah, in these situations, which one do you prefer, Mr. Sunshine? You have a good educations, yeah, you have a good educations, but on the other hand, uh, you are not rich as the persons in the front of you. Yeah, the good education means like you have got bachelor, you have got master, you have got professor. So this one. And another side, yeah, you only graduate from senior high school, but you have involved in many things like a business and others. So you are fucking rich in these situations. So if you got the choices, which one do you prefer, Mr. Sunshine? Called by the persons that educated persons with a kind of title, or you go with the situations that you have a big money, but on the other hand, you don't have a big title. Yeah, it's like professor or something else. Which one do you prefer, Mr. Sunshine?
Okay, using the utilitarian theory, I'd
Mm-hmm.
prefer I'd prefer situations that I can profit the most. Means
Mm-hmm.
that being crazy rich might
Okay.
be the most relevant
Wow.
options for me. But
Crazy rich. Uh-huh.
yeah, but conversely, if what I thought is being like how to say, it's like a deontological approach means that I see that the process is something essential.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to say that being educated will finally bridge
Mm-hmm.
someone to earn their success in the end of the day, because education what makes you rich. Because when we see those people who have limited access to
Okay,
educations,
okay.
but they can reach because they preserve another form of education that
Mm-hmm.
connect them with the way how, with the strategies, with approaches that make them rich. Okay, so the rich education is not limited at what we get at school. I'm sorry. When I
Okay,
see this,
okay.
I feel like, what did I get from school? Okay, thank you. That's so far what I can,
Okay.
uh,
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
say.
Well, I suppose that I believe here the several person also has a different opinions with Mr. Sunshine's, right? It's like talking about some things that related with the school, because there are the several person also got limited in their educations, but they are success in that situations. So yeah, based on the comment or the statement of Mr. Sunshine, anyone here want to respond? Yeah, only a respond, or you want to say directly if you are disagree with this statement. Yeah, this allowed this you can do it also. Don't worry, this place is for studying. This place is for what getting many knowledges. So yeah, don't worry. Anyone here want to respond to Mr. Sunshine's statement? Okay, I see here there is Mr. Aprizal. Hello, Mr. Aprizal, are you there? Hello, Mr. Aprizal. Okay, there is no response. Miss Dania, are you there?
Hello?
Okay, Miss Dania, I have one question for you. So there is
Yeah.
this statement that said, when we get a good education, it'll make us stop to find or to earn money because money will come to you. So do you agree or disagree about this statement?
Um, I quite agree with this statement.
Okay.
It depends how you, how to say that, applicate the education that you are
Mhm.
take, that you are get before. Because some of the students, for my experience in my environment, they are have a ability to get a better education, but they are not taking it seriously. And as we know, there is a lot of people outside there who really want to get a better education, to get a better career, maybe.
Mhm.
And I agree that education can bring us to be more rich if we can practice and applicate our educations in the right way, like taking
Okay.
it seriously. Yeah. And I
So,
also agree with
mhm,
Mr. Sunshine that
mhm.
we can get educations not just in the college or
Okay.
school, but with any forms. Yeah. Yeah, we learn we learn with our experience in life.
Okay. For example, maybe.
Yeah, for example, like as I can see that how like a shopper like the oldest elderly who just able to study in elementary school, and but after that they are study outside, from outside, not just in school, learn about how to sales, like marketing their product, how to counting, and how to make a strategy to like get attention of people to buy their products. And another example that people's not use who not taking seriously about the education that they are get is like maybe some students who are graduate and they are just like laying at home with uh, which is for uh, I'm sorry, I mean, like they are just waiting for the money from their parents, maybe their
Mhm.
parents uh, company or something like that. Yeah,
Okay.
and then they are not applicate the things that they learn in the college or school.
Okay. So we need to applicate. So this is the
Yeah,
essential thing, especially when we have done with the educations. Okay. Thank
yeah,
you,
that's right.
Ms. Dania.
Yeah,
So we
yeah,
go to the
thank you.
next questions that it'll be bigger. So how about the national satisfactions? Yeah. So what kind of the things that you think about national satisfactions? So, for example, I want to give the example in Russia. Yeah, the several people in this world will think that national satisfaction is when your country has a big what they're strong with their currency. It's like a dollar, it's like pound sterling and other. So when you think that that currency is stronger, so you will think uh, that that country is strong and good too. And sometimes, yeah, in Indonesia, when you see a dollar, why is always increase every day, blah blah. So you will think that your country bad in that time because that situations. Yeah. So there are several person thing about currency. is the national satisfactions. Yeah, if they can call their countries good or not in that situations. But in Russia, yeah, I want to tell you guys. So the currency is not big as the USA. It's not big as um, pound sterling, but the minimum salaries in this place is higher. Yeah, is higher because of what? Yeah, because for example, because I'm a student here, 1 month, yeah, I just spend is only maybe is only 2 millions a month. Yeah, 1 until 2 millions a month. But the minimum salary is in Russians, yeah, it'll be more than 7 millions a month. This is the minimum one. Yeah, if you work in KFC, if you work in maybe McDonald's or something that related with low level jobs, yeah. So yeah, you will get is more than 7 million. So this it'll make people will think that they got the high salaries, but the spending is not too much what they should do in that situation. So my question is to all of you guys. So you will go with the first statements. Yeah, you will look stronger in your currency, and other countries will think that your countries is big and also strong, or you go with the second choices. Yeah, uh, it's like ruble is not too strong in other countries, but their societies feel get the satisfying with the situations. So what do you think? You will go with the first statement, or you go with the second statement, or you have something that difference in your mind about the national satisfaction itself. Anyone want to give a comment? Maybe anger, for example. Maybe you can explain about some things that related in your minds about the national satisfaction itself.
So maybe Mr. Hindre,
Ah, yeah,
what is the
Mr.
national satisfaction in Bahasa?
Uh,
Nationalism? Is it similar like nationalism?
no, national satisfaction is like some things that related to your opinions uh, uh about about some uh, about uh about your country. Is like your country is good in their economies, yeah, that make you will be easier to buy something. Everything is cheap, everything is easy to get because of the access is easy, blah blah blah, and other. So it's called by national satisfactions.
Okay. Okay, I
So
will
yeah,
try.
based on my example before, yeah, there are the several people think about the currency mata uang is higher, so it means your country is going higher. Yeah, and the second is in international situations, your currency is lower, but yeah, the people get the prosperity inside of that countries. It's like what I told before. The spending is not much, but the minimum salaries is high there. So what do you think?
So yeah, I think national certification, I suppose it's not every people, maybe especially in Indonesia, aware
Mm-hmm.
about this national certification, because
Okay.
as especially when they are have economic maybe middle less, I mean lower and middle. I suppose like they just they just want how they can survive every single day. So
Okay.
I don't think they are very care about what is national certification? I mean, in international opinion, yeah, how about Indonesia? As long as they can survive, they can give maybe their family food and like yeah, have a daily, like not every people in Indonesia like have a salary in every month, like maybe employee, but sometimes like Grab, what is ojek, tukang
Okay.
ojek is like have a day is depend in on that day. I mean, we can calculate what's their income, right? So this national certifications maybe the issue that if the people is rich the in the higher level, I mean like in the economic middle higher. So if we can, yeah, maybe business people, businessmen, something like that. So the opinion of this national certification is like, what can I say, is we can have a same opinion about this perspective, right? So because well, maybe I will give for example, like I have friends that he had lived in a rural area, like we can say in remote area, like in Antikong, like in Atambua. It's like as long we can in that city civilization, in the people at the area, like as long they can live, they don't care about the what is the currency, Indonesian currency, as long the maybe is the border with Malaysia, the goods is cheaper, if we buy from Malaysia is cheaper, so they do that. So they don't think about what is national certification, like, oh, if I buy from Malaysia, it will impact to Indonesian economy, and then it will what is get maybe the dollar will be increased more because like rupiah is getting weak every single day, something like that. So I think it's depend on the area about the national certification. That's why I
Okay.
thought.
Well,
So
so
I think this is what is complicated
yeah.
talk question.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So do you think GDP also is one of the metric of the national satisfactions?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Uh,
Okay.
uh, from national certificates, we can one of the factor I think is GDP.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. And anyone here want to tell about the situations or some things that related to our national's GDP right now? Maybe plus, minus, or some things. Yeah, because every day we hear that about the debt of this country. Debt is utang, yeah, the debt of this country. So the several people think that this bad, and also there are the several people think that is good because we are active in international trade, we are active in international business, blah blah blah, and others because yeah, we will build some things that it'll produce a lot of money. So what do you think about GDP in our countries right now? If there is no
Question for me?
one,
Oh no,
no, no, no,
for
no.
everyone.
Yeah, if you want
Yeah, for
to
everyone, right?
answer, is okay.
It's our question though.
Okay, this is okay. We are here studying, so don't worry. I also have many mistakes
Yeah,
about
I
the
think
data,
I think
maybe.
based on my experience, yeah, it's fine to make a debt. But the
Mm-hmm.
problem is the debt is for what?
Yep.
For consumptive or for
Mm-hmm.
productive things? This is the
Mm-hmm.
problem. So I think our problem in the nation is we don't have what is any like perfect or not perfect, a good control system.
Okay.
What is the purpose of the debt? Sorry, my son
Yeah, yeah.
coming in. Yeah, I think this the control of the how to we supervise the system. What is the purpose of the debt? So because they like, yeah, like this, we are in the COVID-19, but we have even G20. You can imagine it. We,
Okay.
in
Yeah.
like maybe like this is my perspective, like amateur perspective. We are have a serious problem to get well. I mean to recovery, but in other aspect, we become a host. Not only G20 like we are MotoGP
Mhm.
in Sumbawa, yeah, in Sumbawa. And yeah, it is good because we have what is create a good good image, right, for a
Mhm.
national. But in the other aspect, I always have a cons. Like how about the debt? Is our country have so much money though, so he can become a host, something like that. And the effect. So Indonesia increase our tax, right?
Yep.
Everything, every every aspect that we can, it's a tax. Yeah. So the impact because we realize our countries need a lot of money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so actually, this question is related to the questions of the candidate of the president's Indonesia in 2000, and I forgot where is the last time we got the general elections? 2018,
19, I think.
19,
19,
yeah.
19.
Okay,
It was
yeah,
right.
yeah. The last year,
The
2019,
last
yeah.
one. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, 19.
yeah. So it was a questions, yeah, to the candidates of Indonesian presidents about national satisfactions. How to get the national satisfaction? Should we have to start by knowledge-based economy, or should we have to start by natural-based economy? So yeah, I'd like to put the question here. Wait. Okay, natural based economy versus knowledge based economy. Yeah, so these questions happens in 2019 about how to get more national satisfaction. Should we have to start by natural based economy, or should we have to start by knowledge based economy? So what is the natural based economy? Natural based economy is like some things that related um, with infrastructure. Yeah, for example, so you prefer to make many ways, yeah, to connect between city to another cities. Yeah, so it comes to Jokowi opinion back then because they prefer to go with infrastructures. So because when the infrastructure in Indonesia will be good, so it will connect from the one city to another cities, and the costs and also the transport will be cheaper, and after that it will be easier to make Indonesia will be better in the future. But yeah, in the second ones, coming to Prabowo Subianto, so he preferred to go with knowledge-based economy. So he preferred to increase, yeah, increase the human resources in Indonesia. Firstly, so the national budget of Indonesia, 50 or something, I forgot, 50% be given firstly uh, to you to increase the human resources. So it's like in education, it's like to incubator, business incubator, is like to startups or many kind of things. So it's coming from Prabowo Subianto, knowledge-based economy. So if you have to choose, yeah, I don't invite you here to back to our 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 discussion or debate again last time about which one do you prefer between Jokowi or Prabowo. I just want to invite you to go straight with these ideas. Yeah, which one? Yeah, the ideas or the opinions that make bigger national satisfactions. Yeah, we believe both of them will give a good impact for our country, either natural based economy or um knowledge-based economy. But if you have to choose, it's not choose Prabowo or Jokowi, but choose between the ideas, yeah, the opinion of them here between uh, from where we have to start first, natural-based economy or knowledge-based economy. So which one do you prefer? Anyone want to give opinion? Yeah, between natural-based economy or knowledge-based economy. Yeah, natural-based economy, some things that start by infrastructures, some things that start by some things that related to connect between the city to another cities. This is one of the the least, but knowledge-based economy, some things that related to increase the human resources of Indonesia. Firstly, so which one do you prefer to reach that national satisfaction itself? Maybe Miss Suchi. Miss Suchi, do you want to give opinions, perhaps? Okay, there's someone. Okay, Zoom 100. So what is your name?
Right. Thanks, Mr. Indra.
Mr.
for
Ku,
giving me
okay.
this. Okay. So sorry. It is the basic name for Mason. As a result of being fair in this, to achieve national satisfaction is not. We need a long term
Mhm.
to achieve it or to reach it. Maybe when we or no, nowadays we focused on recovery after pandemic came to the world. But what Mr. GNR said or delivered about, we have to recover after pandemic, and we build, or let's say, national capital, yeah, new capital in this country. It is that we closed one hole and we opened one hole. But I ever heard some experts or hypothesize about to get how to say it is GDP or something like that. We are easily we easily get a death or how to say, easy money from abroad.
Mhm.
So we cannot ignore about death. So that it's increasing in Indonesia, talking about the death. But I don't know what should. Yeah, there are many projects such as building new capital city. I don't criticize our president.
Okay.
It is just my opinion. We focused on recovery, but we create new capital city, and then there are many big projects in Indonesia. But what should we focused on to achieve national satisfaction little by little? Because it's not enough only for 5 years to be a president, or it is not enough to achieve it by the short term.
Okay.
We talk about the long term to achieve it national satisfaction. I guess that's my idea, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So yeah, whether it is ideal natural based economy or knowledge based economy, so we still need a time because it'll not be short. Yeah, because it'll be a long term long term goals, yeah, for Indonesia in the future. Okay, thank you, Mr. Ku. Yeah, it's only the simple
Okay,
questions.
wait, sir.
Okay.
Additionally, why
Mhm.
we do not create, why we do not imitate like China? What China
Mhm.
did, they use dollar and they use renminbi. It means that the
Okay.
local money they use renminbi, but from abroad, from the relation with international countries, they use dollar. Why Indonesia is not, how to say, it's not a brave, or the Indonesia doesn't do that, or the government of Indonesia doesn't do that to create
Okay.
local money.
Yeah. So Indonesian also needs to brave. Yeah, it's like a Putin, for example. You know, ruble is so strong right now. I'm as the Indonesian students in Russians getting a bigger problem to buy everything because when the all of countries has to buy gasolines or gas with ruble, so it'll make ruble will be stronger. So when Indonesia try to do kind of those things when they want to buy Indonesian product with rupiah, so you will oppose the big boss. You know who is the big boss? Okay, you understand because there is MOU behind that. There is the agreement behind that. So when you out from the MOU, so it means you will broke the rule. So you will get the many sanctions from those organizations or those kind of the communities to your countries. So you're ready or not. So it'll be a big questions to your countries. Okay, this is really interesting. Yeah. Can you give example the country who has the highest national satisfactions and why this country is yeah why this country has the good national satisfaction based on your assumptions? Yeah, many countries in this world that is called by superpower countries is like USA, is like a UK, or Russians maybe, or many countries. So if you have to choose one countries in this world that have the strong national satisfaction, so which countries that you want to choose? Maybe Indonesia is okay. Just give the reasons why Indonesia. Yeah, maybe Rasniati. Maybe Mr. Rasniati. You want to give example? Okay. There is no response. Ah, okay. Okay, Mr. Ku again. Yeah, you may have the floor.
Yeah. Furthermore, I would like to give example from country that I with China back then about the religious.
Okay.
Even the religious is communist or their beliefs about that. Back then, I agree with China because of China differentiates between educational cities and business cities. It means that they can focus on each part of them. So it can, how to say, it can enhance their competitive or positive competitiveness between educational sectors and business sectors. So they can focus on business. For example, as a student, I can focus on what I need what I need as educational as a student to create positive competitiveness, because
Okay.
to achieve the score is not only the, how to say, the number, but it's the process. We appreciate it, and also the business. We can focus on what we learned about the business sectors, so we can focus on its part or that part. Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you, Mr. Kudori. So it's a nice argument about the national satisfactions based on your assumptions. Okay, I still have many questions. So national satisfaction is based on the ideologies of their country. So do you agree or disagree? For example, yeah. So between the socialism and capitalism, which country that have the higher national satisfactions based on your assumptions? Yeah, if you go with the capitalisms, you are free to create a kind of the things that something related to creativity, innovation, and others. Yeah, but in other hands, if you are rich, you will be richer. Yeah, but when you are poor, you will be poorer because someone's who have a big capital, so they will get the big prosperity in the capitalism's ideologies, but it will not close the opportunity also, especially for the poor people if they want to become rich or they want to get the high prosperity. But in another situation, yeah, socialism, yeah, all of the authorities is handed by the government, yeah, including if you want to create something, so is handed by the communal what together, so is handed by the countries. Is like yeah, it's like a tax and other, so it limited several people to do a kind of the big creativity and others, because they will put you as the worker. Yeah, the countries will put you as a worker. So everything is back to the countries. Yeah, so it is not 100% owned by the person. So yeah, it's called by socialism. And maybe the several of you also have learned about between capitalism and socialism here. So if you have the opinions, yeah, which countries that have the higher satisfactions if it's all about between socialism and capitalism in these situations? Okay, Mr. GNR, you may have the floor.
Okay. Yeah, this tonight is very thoughtful discussion, but okay, Mr. Lim Leo, can I or first or maybe can you give other
Yeah,
change?
maybe
I will.
maybe.
Yeah, I will second. Yeah.
Okay, you will be the second.
Yeah.
Okay,
Maybe Mr.
well,
Laulet. Okay.
okay, maybe Mr. Laulet. Terlas Lause ya. You may have the floor. Hello, Mr. Laulet, are you there?
Hello?
Okay, well, so what do you think? Capitalism or socialism?
According to me, I prefer choosing socialism
Mm-hmm.
because as human being, we cannot live by ourselves. Like you only live by yourself, also like alone. You
Mm-hmm.
can live with it. So you have to like get many friends, like socialism, to apply in your in your place, so in your conditions or something like that, so it will be easier to make like national satisfaction, because if you like do something like capitalism, it means that it will make to enable someone to get profit. Is only you, not all others. It's
Mm-hmm.
like really egoist or something like that. Thank you very much.
Okay, socialism is the product of communism. You already is called by the persons that follow communisms in these situations? Mr. Laulet?
Pardon, sir?
Okay, socialism is the product of communism. What do you think? Are you ready with that?
Yeah, I'm really ready with
Okay,
whatever
that's cool.
situation that I will face, because
Okay.
my parents finance me to get good education, so I can prepare myself to something like get or face it can be good or it can be bad. This is based on situations in our country, so I just prepare myself for those conditions. Thank you very much.
Well, so this is really interesting because it's not all people in Indonesia are ready if they are set the persons that follows the communisms. Yeah, and today socialisms is the product of communisms. Okay, well, thank you, Mr. Laudet. So I last time I see also Mr. GNR has raised their hand. Maybe you want to say something,
Yeah.
Mr. GNR?
Yeah. It's like I said before, it's a thoughtful discussion, but it's very interesting for me. So it's back again, about national certification. So I just browse what is the what is the exactly definition of national certification. So if we like have a mini research, if we just browse in Google maybe, so the happiest country with this national, not national certification, I don't know is national certification or not, but the most happiest country is Finland, Denmark, and Iceland, based on my little research. So if the national certification is what is something that the civilization must be proud of, so the answer will be the socialism.
Wow.
Because the president make push or maybe strongly push the civilization, their civilization to become happy, become satisfied about national. But if we compare with the fact, with the data, it will be different. It will be different.
Okay.
So the question is, between the socialism and capitalism, which country that have higher certification based on your assumption? Is depend on, Mr.
Okay.
So if you ask the socialism people, maybe I guarantee the answer will 100%. Yes, I am, because I am a socialism. But because we are in Indonesia, we are a democratic country. We are if I remember when I am trying to learn economic subject, we are mixed. We have mixed economic system, not fully become capitalism, not fully become socialism. So we are in the middle. So back to the question again, which country that have the higher certification? From my opinion, the answers, the data said it's Finland.
Okay.
Finland. The fact.
Why
the fact
Finland?
Why Finland? Because the data say the country is the World Happiness Report say the Finland is the #1. So it maybe have a high, maybe have survey. I don't know what is the mechanism so the Finland can be the #1. So but I believe the citizen in Finland is being happy. So maybe we can see where is the Finland economic system, socialism or capitalism. So if the Finland capitalism, the answer will be capitalism. But it's my opinion, the higher certification for what is the best of my experience is Japan. Because what they have a high nationalism. How can I say that? Pronounce that.
Yes, nationalism.
Nationalism is Japan. because in several company that I have known, the top of the leader always the Japanese people. No matter he hire maybe some expert of like from USA or from Indian people or maybe Indonesia, but the top of the the equity, the high who have a highest equity is from Japan. So I think the answer is Japan. But the fact, if we relate to the higher satisfaction is become the happiest country, is the answer is Finland.
Okay.
Based on my research, yeah, based my I just googling googling the answer. So
Okay.
it is no matter. I mean, we can the answer is I think it's not what is appropriate, yeah, if we compare about socialism or capitalism, because I think it's depend on we can what is we cannot answer this question.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it means you are one of the persons that disagree, yeah, if national certification is based on the ideology of the countries.
No, I agree that
Agree with that. Okay.
Again, yeah, like so it's depend on if you ask to the socialism country, the answers will be yes, I am. I have the
Okay,
higher
got it.
certification because based on our ideology, their ideology, right? But because we try to discuss it in what is in we are Indonesian people mostly, so
Okay.
yeah, we are we have a freedom to try to answer. So
Okay.
it's really matter our ideology. If Indonesian have maybe is I don't hope become communism, socialism. Maybe the answer will yes. Indonesia have a higher certification, but because we are not a communist country or socialism, so the answer is can what is can different. Kan? I can say it's Finland. I can say Finland the higher have the higher certification because they are the happiest country based on my research.
Okay. Well, yeah. So this is really interesting. If you talk about the data of World Happiness Report, in 2022, the first is Finland, the second is Denmark, the third is Icelandia, the fourth is Swiss, number 5 is Netherlands, Luxembourg, Sweden, Norwegia, Israel, and it's New Zealand. Yeah, New Zealand.
Yeah.
So there are 10 countries that have the highest World Happiness Report. Yeah, based on the data.
Based on the
and
data.
And Indonesia got number 87. Yeah. So I suppose that is not much people happy in this country, but we are lucky that we still arrive in 87.
So maybe mostly if we just no, I mean if we don't see the data, the fact, maybe we can answer is USA the more high certification,
Okay.
or maybe the Europe and the England have the high certificate because we just live, they are what is
can see on the TV, right? You only
see on the TV. They are sophisticated countries, something like that. But we don't know how the feel of the
society,
citizen, right? The size, society. So we just we can say the data, the fact.
Okay. Well, thank you, Mr. GNR. This is really interesting. So yeah, we will not talk much about capitalism and socialism here because it will not be our big point of the topic today. So I'd like to go to the case. Yeah, just imagine if you are sorry, I was wrong. It's not if you are not, so this is if you are. Okay, if you are one of the smartest person in this world, yeah, and all of nations adore you, yeah, to stay in their country, and they intend to change your nationality
So,
to
so
become
maybe Miss Rasniati wanna
ah
or give his opinion because she already raised
oh yeah,
her
okay,
hand.
Miss
And
Rasniati, you wanna say
sorry for
something
interrupt.
about the previous questions or this motions?
Oh, okay. Sorry. Um, Actually, I want to give my explain my opinion. Previous,
Okay, previous.
question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So actually, I'm not really understand about satisfaction council because I'm let join in this discussion, but I try
Mm-hmm.
to tell my opinion. Which country that have the between the socialism and capitalism, which country that have the highest satisfaction? That's my assumption. So I ever watching video on YouTube. I think which country? Maybe I think like Korea or South Korea, because I ever watch video on YouTube. Um, Talking about compare about Indonesian culture and habit and Korean culture and habit. So I get the point. Like if I live in Korea, there are many people not have time to relax. Like stress on Korea, people on Korea just always stress because uh, every day they have to uh, like uh, get money like that. And but I want to tell about the situation in the like the student from Korea. They have like many problem in life, because I think Korea student from Korea just every day always like study to be get a target, and the students from Korea not have time to hang out or having fun with other people. But a student from Indonesia, uh, even though they have even that actually like every day student from Indonesia must to study, but students from Indonesia have to free time to hang out like that. So that's why in Korea there are many I think like problem socialism, yeah, like bullying. So there are many not comfortable people not comfortable show themselves to other people. So I think yeah, it's my opinion. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So I do agree with the statements of Miss Rasniati before. Yeah, if last time Miss Arniati gave an example in Korea, so I'd like to give the example in China. Yeah, maybe the several people will see China is one of the countries that's strong in with their economies and others, but you have to know that China is one of the countries that have the high or the expensive what the expensive for their education. They have the people have to pay higher, yeah, if they want to get a good education. So that's why, yeah, there are the several students that do a suicide, yeah, in China. My friend said sometime every years there is one student jump from their dorm to the first floor because they are stressed, because they got the bad score. If they get a bad score, they lose their scholarship. They cannot get or continue their education. That make them stressed and frustrated, and afterward they did a suicide. So it's kind of the things that sometimes is almost a same or apple to apple with the statement of Ms. Raniati before. Mr. Raniati gave the example in Korea, so I give one of the example also in China. So, and also it's related also with the statement of Mr. GNR. It's not some things that we see in media or in the televisions. It's really same with with what we think before. So we have to see the data. We have to see some things that give us strong points that can make us able to determine between this country has the high national satisfaction or not, based on the situations. So thank you so much for Mr. GNR and Ms. Raniati have give a strong statement about national satisfaction about the several countries in this world. So yeah, I would like to go to this question. This is really interesting question. If last time we talked about the big thing about the national satisfaction, so we go to one person's or personality in this situation. Imagine, yeah, if you are one of the smartest persons and potential person in this world, it's like you are smart, so you can create this thing, you can create this technology, you can make a big thing for that country. We can call this like Einstein, we can call this like Elon Musk, we can call this like in Indonesia, Ricky Elsons or blah 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 and others, and many countries adore you. Yeah, it's like Habibi also before. Yeah, many countries adore you. Yeah, they want to make you stay in their countries, or if that possible, they want to change you to become their citizens. And what will you do? Yeah, what will you do? You will go with them, yeah, or you will prefer to stay in Indonesia, because sometimes, yeah, when you stay in Indonesia, sometimes it's not easy too. Yeah, many smart persons left from these countries because this country is not ready to give or accommodate the smart persons. Yeah, so this is the reason that many people left. Yeah, or you go to their countries and you change your nationality, and they give you money, they give you everything. So with that money, you can give to people in your countries because you have been rich, you have been famous. It happens like Albert Einstein several years ago. Albert Einstein is not from USA, but it's one of the small city in the, I forget the city, but it's not USA. And he moved to USA. And after he moved in USA, USA can accommodate this man as the smart person, and it can create a big thing for this world. Can make a create a bigger thing for USA. So what will you do? Yeah, you will go with the superpower countries. Yeah, we can call this like USA, Germany, UK or others, or you prefer to stay in Indonesia. I don't care about money. I don't care about something blah 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 and others, but I just want to develop my countries because Indonesia also needs you guys. Yeah, Indonesia also wants you to stay, yeah, to sacrifice to make Indonesia also can become the superpower countries too. So which one do you prefer? Stay in Indonesia or you prefer to go to overseas? Okay, Mr. Laulet, you may have the floor.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. I'm really interested with these questions because this is like our like our desire. What will you want to do? So according to me, I will choose staying in Indonesia.
Okay.
Because when I stay in Indonesia, I can get like something like many challenges, a lot of challenges. So it can make me like it can make me like improving, upgrading, or something like that. So it will be useful for me, especially for myself also, and also for my country. But when I stay in superpower country, I don't really feel satisfied because like the stuff is viable. Like a lot of stuff is viable to make or to upgrade or to develop the the country. So I prefer choosing in Indonesia. And also in Indonesia, there are a lot of islands. So like it's it's really challenge us to improve our quality. So that's all for me. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Okay, so I'd like to repeat, based on the statement of Mr. Lowlet, yeah, Mr. Lowlet thinks that it'll make him upgrade, it'll make him develop if he prefer to stay in Indonesia than another countries. Yeah, this is the statement of Mr. Lowlet. Anyone want to respond? Please raise your hand. Okay, Mr. February, maybe you may have the floor.
Well, I'm the third, but it's okay. It's a nice discussion tonight. Well, if I have to answer this question, maybe my answer will be the same with Mr. Lauliet.
Okay.
Okay. It's interesting because a couple days ago, I watched YouTube Endgame, Pak Gita Wirjawan, and also who is the environmentalist. They are talking about how, and also they are talking about like many smart people just to stay, just to live abroad rather than Indonesia because of maybe let's say that Mr. Indre or many smart people, they have studied abroad, and also when they come to Indonesia, they cannot implement their knowledge, their what they have studied abroad, right? So it's kind of difficult for them to implement it and then to make to give a good influence for Indonesia. So that's maybe the reason they go abroad and then change their nationality to be Germany or American, some things like that. But Pak Gita also gives a good opinion, and I think it can be a solution for those who want to contribute for Indonesia by calling the what do we call swasta, what we call swasta, private company, private company to what do we call to give their stock or to give them not to give their money. We propose money for the in their company to give us, and also that's the solution that he offers for that conversations. And the basic solution is about the education, and exactly he said about the language. So that's the reason, maybe the reason why many people cannot contribute, many smart people cannot contribute to Indonesia, because they cannot what do we call it? They cannot make a good language to understand people that it is important, and also it's very good to implement it, and it's hard for them to find a pemasok sih. How do I call it in English? I cannot use it. Can I combine it in Indonesia?
Yeah, sure. There's places to study, don't worry.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's okay. What do we call? Penanam saham, or penanam saham, the things like that.
Apa penanam saham?
Investor.
Investor.
The investor. All right. Thank you so much. the investor, or something like that. I think that's very good. And we don't have to change our nationality. But I also believe, and I also agree. I also agree. If you want to change your nationality, for in terms you want to change the word. It's not about, we are not talking about Indonesia. We're not talking about Germany. We're not talking about American, but we are talking about the world. So let's say that we want to save the environment. So we are talking about the word. So it's not that a big problem for us if we, whether we are living in the German or Japan, something like the most important thing is we are contributing for the environment and save the world. So again, it's I think that's okay.
Okay, well, so yeah, Mr. February prefer to choose Indonesia, but in the exceptions, if you want to give a better world, so why not? Yeah, you're able also to change your nationality if this is good for the world. Okay, thank you, Mr. February. Okay, I see also Mr. Ku here raise his hands. Yeah, you may have the floor, Mr. Ku.
Right. Additionally, in able to choose stay in this country or move to another country, it depends on the ecosystem. When the ecosystem supports us or facilitates us, it doesn't matter. But when the cultural ecosystem doesn't support us, yeah, at least we need to be facilitated by the ecosystem and facility. Let's say several months ago was viral about Ainun Najib. Ainun Najib who is graduated from, I don't know, but right now it looks like he works in Singapore. But when he was learning, no one knows him and no one was seeing about his track record. But when he was accepted in one of the company in Singapore, and also our 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 president attempts to offer him to come back in Indonesia while not obtaining how to say, enormous income than when he chooses in Singapore. So it looks like what I said is ecosystem. It depends on the ecosystem. When ecosystem provides us good facilities and good ecosystem and also good living costs or income, something like that, it doesn't matter. Because when we talk about to build or to sacrifice in this country, are you sure? How long will you dare or will you be strong to sacrifice? In the end of the day, you need utopian in your life. You will need rich, but even the rich it doesn't the main purpose to be achieved. But what we need is the ecosystem and let's say appreciate and also facilitate. Maybe just it, Mr. Indre. Thank you.
Okay, well, so yeah, this is really interesting because it'll make us a big dilemma between, yeah, we will stand in our countries, but sometimes it's not, yeah, it's not all of them will be facilitated with our countries because, yeah, we know our country is still developing. And when we come with big ideas, so it's not 100% they can accommodate with us with that because they also have another priorities that they have to solve at the first. So maybe in the second they can go with our ideas. But this is happened in the several years ago. Yeah, maybe the several of you knows the electrical car that has been uh, created by one of the persons that has graduated from Japan, and yeah, he has made one of the big things that called by electrical car. Till today, this electrical car is not published, and also is not yeah, it is not boosted by these countries, because yeah, yeah, there are several news say it is talking about gas emission, it's talking about blah 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 and others. So they are not required to be published as the car blah blah and others. And yeah, the second hands, yeah, the second situations, you know, Malaysia want to buy this car, and also they want to make this car will be perfect, and afterwards they want to make a big thing to this car that has been created by Ricky Elson. Yeah, my question is, yeah, and you know, if you see Instagram Mr. Ricky Elson right now, he still become the simple persons, even though he has created the car like this. My question is, yeah, are you ready, guys, to become it's like a normal person, it's like to become the simple person, while you can hold this world, you can get a lot of money, you can be a rich man, and you can make your family be happy. Yeah, when you go to overseas and you get a lot of money, and afterwards you can give a big impact to to your friends, to your family and others, while you stay in Indonesia. You wait until you are died, and yeah, your innovation is lost time by time. So what do you think? How, if you become Rick Yelson in this situation, what will you do? You will sell it to another countries like Malaysia, and it has been handed by Malaysia, or you still wait until all of the times until die, maybe, I don't know. So what will you do if you are as the Ricky Elson here? Yeah, Mr. GNR. Mr. GNR, you raise your hand.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Okay.
It's still related with the previous slide.
Yeah, the previous, and maybe you can combine with the second one if you can.
Okay, maybe we can move to previous slide, Mister.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
So yeah, this is I will try to answer with two perspectives. So the question is, if I the first perspective, if I am in that position, like I'm smartest and potential pressure, and then some nation maybe adore me, and I gave about a chance, to stay in their country and maybe change my nationality. So what will you do? So firstly, in this position, in my current position, I cannot I cannot accept that nationality, the change, because I'm the situation that I'm related to government. I'm a civil servant, and like, but I have what is a dream, like you, Mr. Indri, to get the scholarship to abroad. And then it's best, the question is same for you too. You will get scholarship from Russia, and then I think the scholarship purpose is once you back to Indonesia, right, to develop the Indonesia. It's the same position with me. So the answer is I cannot. But if it possible, maybe I want to give an example. Like we have so many example like in this situation. Like you said before, Ricky Nelson and what is I forgot the one. Maybe we can I can give example. Sorry, our finance ministry, Miss Sri Mulyani. Sri Mulyani. We can see from her track record now. Is no previously she is a director World Bank. You can imagine director World Bank, and then she decided to move back to Indonesia. And then I still remember and I won't never forget her quote, "Jangan pernah letih mencintai Indonesia." For me, it's really inspiring, you know. So it's like not maybe in our age we are still young, right? We are still young. It is normally if we want make money, it's normally, but maybe as time goes far, as we get older, our perception will be changed. It's not all about money. And maybe I will give an example like Dr. Reza. You know, Dr. Reza is Indonesian civilization, but he stay with his family in Australia, New Zealand. He have big farm, sheep farm, and have so many news about him. But he still keep his nationality like Indonesian people. We become Indonesian people, but he stay in New Zealand and make money at that country. I think it's okay if we can make if we take a chance to have much money. I mean, if we have a chance to have make a money more, it's okay if we take the chance. But don't forget, I mean, with that money, with the condition that we maybe work in the abroad, we can still support our country, support Indonesia. Like the I mentioned before, like Miss Sri Mulyani, when she is in World Bank, I believe she have a policy that maybe indirectly will benefit Indonesia in the international way. So it's not about our position that we work in Indonesia or abroad, but it's about our purpose. What is the real purpose? If we love Indonesia, we can do with many ways. We can support the Indonesia. So yeah, it depends. It depends to our perspective. What is I mean, it's maybe our life purpose. If it's about making money, your purpose of making money. So maybe if we have a higher salary, and then why not? I can move. So it's back again to about what is our real purpose. Thank you, Mr.
It's back to our purpose. It's not all about the money.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Mr. GNR. So this is really interesting. Yeah. There are several of you here prefer to stay in Indonesia and spend a lot of times with this country, to develop this country, to love these countries and others. And I see last time, yeah, there is Mr. Febri also raise his hand. You may have the floor, Mr. Febri.
Okay, it doesn't mean that I disagree with Mr. GNR, but I do believe that if we there should be balance. I mean, like when people state a negative statement, there should be when people state a positive statement, there should be a negative statement to make a growth. Right, to make improvement. Okay, I'm going to say that maybe this point I'm gonna sell it. I'm gonna sell it. I mean, like I don't give a shit for like I'm not nationalist or some things. My point is when we think about something bigger, we think about the world. It's not about Indonesia. So the main point, my point, my point is what I have done and what I want to create can be implemented in this world. At least I know the result that what we are creating is totally fine for this world. That's if we are waiting for Indonesia to implement it, or it is applied in Indonesia, and then we wait for, let's say, 20 years later, I think it's going to be hard for us to see the growth. And many smart people around the world will develop your idea as well. That's my point. That okay, we are not alone in this world. There are many people will think the same, and I do believe that we are not the original. We don't have a very original idea. There will be always improvement, growth of idea that we have. That's the reason. Moreover, if we sell it, maybe there will be a new improvement or a new innovation that can inspire us after it is implemented. I mean, so we can evaluate the system, or maybe the innovation we have, something. I think that's all, Mr. Indre. Thank you.
Yeah, I agree with Mr. Febri. Maybe can I put a comment, Mr. Indri? May I? You're still mute.
Yeah, sure, Mr. GNR, you may have the floor.
Yeah, I have a little comment. Yeah, I agree with Miss Febri too. If maybe I'm not previously I still not comment about this picture, right? I just comment about the previous slide. But when I asked for this case, yeah, I will agree with Mr. Febri opinion. Maybe I will sell it, because what sometimes we need appreciate from people. I mean, we sell it. It doesn't mean we don't love our country, right? Like we can develop it with other team, maybe in international team, so we can have get other innovation. And then, but when maybe Indonesia government then asks you to, could you give your innovation again to Indonesia, and we already supported, and then we go back to that change. It's okay. So I agree with Mr. Febri, because we sell it, it doesn't build, we don't love our country, but we need appreciate. We need to something that we appreciate that we have done before, and we can make a money from that. It's normal. So I agree with Mr. Febri opinion.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, I believe that all of you here, you want to develop Indonesia be better, right? You want to see Indonesia succeed in the future. But the problem is, there are several problems that make Indonesia still stuck in the situations. The first is talking about bureaucracy. You know, there is 1,200 trillion Indonesian investment or Indonesian money is located in Singapore, because many businessmen, they don't like if they put their money or their business in Indonesia. Because of why? Because of bureaucracy, because of tax that is too high, that makes them prefer to put in Singapore. Because Singapore is one of the countries that put one of the policy that's called by tax haven. Tax haven is like no persons for the investors. So this is the reason that they attract many investors that come to their countries to develop their countries, and of course, to make big or good infrastructure for their countries. It's not only infrastructures, but the circulation of their economies also will be good in this situation. It's not only Singapore. Britain Virgin Islands also is one of the countries that regulates tax havens for the countries. And Indonesia is one of the countries that put high tax that makes many businessmen sometimes get difficulty to get the benefit for their business. And yeah, because of that many problems, and the first problems that happen in Indonesia is corruption. So it makes Indonesia still stuck in the same positions every day. And the corruption is not only talking about stolen money, but sometimes, yeah, to close a change or the opportunities of the people to become leaders and others. Yeah, could you imagine? Yeah, could you imagine if you want to become, if you want to become a mayor in your country, in Indonesia, for example, yeah, wali kota. So you need to be supported by parties, right? You need to go to a PDI, you need to go to Golkar, you need to go to PKS and others. So how makes you to become a candidate or supported by them? Yeah, you need to pay things that called by mahar politics. Yeah, to become mayor, you know, the mahar politic or money that you have to give to the parties. So this is in my province. Yeah, we need to pay 5 billion. Yeah, we need to pay 5 billions or 5 miliar, 5 billions. If you want to be supported by one parties, for example, PKS, for example, Golkar and others. Yeah, only one parties. If you want to be a candidate, you need, I forget, 12 chairs. Yeah, one parties has 3 chairs, so you need 4 or 3 parties support you to make you will be a candidate, only candidate. So could you imagine you have to pay 3 parties, so you need to spend 15 millions, yeah, to become governor. Yeah, I hear that you need to pay is more than 7 until 20 billions. Yeah, so I suppose that is not easy. So when you want to change your countries and you want to become a leader, you want to become the big man to create a change for your country is not easy. To become president, of course, you need to pay parties too. I don't know exactly, but it will more than 20 billions or 50 billions. Yeah. So this is the reasons that many people, I don't know exactly the numbers. So this is the reasons that many leaders, yeah, if they want to become a president, they go to this one. Yeah, they go to the persons that called by oligarchy. Yeah, maybe you know the oligarchies in Indonesia, right? Yeah, you can see the richest person in Indonesia, the second richest person, they're called by oligarchies. So they go to oligarchies. They go to the businessman to get that money if they want to become a leader in other countries. So oligarchies will give them money. Yes, of course they will give them money, but there is something behind that. What is it? They will, as in bahasa we call it janji politik or contract politik. If you become a president, if you become a mayor, if you become a governor, I make you become a governor, I give you money. I make you become president, I give you money. But after you become president, after you become governor, after you become mayor, we need to change this regulation. We need to remove this regulation. We need to create this regulation and others. So it happens in our countries. My answer is, my question is, why not? You prefer to become oligarchies. You go to another countries, yeah. When you are a smart persons, you go to another countries, yeah. You go to another countries. You go to another countries and earn a lot of money and become oligarchies, and you point, so we'll be the next presidents and make agreements. So what do you think? This is one of the ways that's really good to change the countries that start to become oligarchies and change the regulations, or you prefer to stand with the rules and waiting until everything is fine, everything is is on the tracks and blah 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 and others. So what do you think? Do you think that this is the good ways to develop your country's Indonesia? Anyone want to give a response about these ideas?
What's what you mean as major, governor and president? What's the point?
Okay.
Mister?
If you want to become mayor, if you want to become governor, if you want to become president, you need to be supported by parties, right?
Yeah.
If you want to be supported by parties, you need to pay mahar politik.
Oh, I see.
Right? Mahar politik.
Okay.
So you need to pay the parties. And there is the price behind of that, even though they don't mention, but there is a price behind that. Yeah, one of the example in my province, if you want to become mayor, one parties will support you to become a candidate if you pay 5 billion. Yeah, every parties has different prices because they have a different number of chairs. Yeah, governor 7 to 20 billions. Presidents, I forgot, it'll be more than 50 billions. Yeah. So, yeah, when the leader needs money, of course, they will go to the oligarchies. Yeah. When they go to oligarchies, they ask money. So the oligarchies will give you money. Of course, they will give you money, but there is something behind that. Let's make agreement. If you become presidents, what will you give to us? Us is our oligarchies. And also sometimes they order the regulations, blah, 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 and others. So what do you think? Why
So how about
not?
the option?
Yeah,
Go
why
to
not
another
you
country?
go? Why not you
Oh, I
go
see.
to another countries and earn a lot of money and become oligarchies and you rule these countries with your money, and you can change a kind of the crazy regulations that make this country will be better. What do you think? What your response about this this idea, these small ideas?
Small or crazy little idea.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah. Anyone? Maybe try to answer.
Yeah, anyone? Because it'll be the last of discussion. Oh no! It's not my plan. It's only some things that come on my mind right now because I don't know. It's not easy to become oligarchies. It's not easy to have lots of money. So what do you think? Mr. Ku, I see you raise your hand.
Yeah, it's quite stunning to talk about changing, having the huge energy to change the broken regulations in
Okay.
this work, in this country. But Mr. Indra first said that having big idea doesn't mean that we are brief to execute it. We have step at step. Yeah, the first one maybe when we were junior high school or senior high school, it was a must of having how to say explorative idea. But when we have continued to the next level, we have to be brave to execute it. Moreover, when we continue to the next level or higher level, to take the enormous decision to make better impact or bitter impact, it depends it what we not what we need, but yeah, what we need, because we can create better impact without joining oligarchy, such as what Mr. GNR said. It's like Dr. Reza, who lived in Australia. Even he doesn't change his nationality to be another country or Australian, but he enables to make Indonesia proud of his career or his business, to make Indonesia proud of him. Even he doesn't live in Indonesia, but when we joined in, let's say, regulation or institution thanks to government, it doesn't mean that the cultural ecosystem is still same. Even we have big ideas, even we have out of the box ideas, because we doesn't have any power to change it. That's not enough to have a crazy idea without having enormous power. Because oligarchy is how to say, is formed, or yeah, is formed by many desires. Remember, we will join that within getting the impact is, of course, I guess, because as my friends experienced that he joined to become secretary in another village. When she joined how to say, election, she didn't pay at all, but when she was accepted to be secretary in a village, the volunteer, how to say, panitia, forgot it.
Committee.
Yeah, the committee
Committee.
asked her to, the committee asked her to pay. Yeah, committee, sorry, committee. Oh my God. The committee asked her to pay, I guess 80 millions, because I got it, the information from my friend. Even she didn't bribe when she joined the election, but when she was accepted, the committee asked her to pay to celebrate it. I don't know, maybe in big scale we call it oligarchy and something like that, because of the rules and the cultural ecosystem has been formed by many people. Thank you, Serindiri.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Kudori. Yeah, I know here many ideas, yeah, that pass on your mind about the way to develop your countries. Yeah, of course, Indonesia. But sometimes, yeah, everyone has different ways. Yeah, for example, for me, I will start by oligarchies. I will have a lot of money. I will trying to control my countries with my money, for example. There are several person has their own ways. They will prefer to become a politicians, yeah, because some things that make them become a leader is not only talking about money too. Yeah, there are several candidates also can be chosen by the parties, yeah, with another ways, even though they don't have money, but is so rarely. And also there are several person also can change their countries with their power, yeah, with the way of them to pursue their people, with their communities, or some things that is like some things like legacy and others that make people believe to him. Yeah, many ways. Yeah, but some things that I want to tell you guys here. Yeah, maybe someday you become you will be a success. Yeah, in Indonesia or in other countries. But don't forget. Yeah, don't forget. Yeah, we need to become a legacy too. Yeah, to our people. Yeah, when you are die, you need to be remembered as a life that you live is not because of the money that you've made. So make a legacy, make people knows you is not because of the money of your mates, but because the thing or the life that you live. Yeah, that's all for me for our discussion for this evening. Yeah, because time is up, because I know there has been 10 p.m. So you need to take a rest right now, because tomorrow you have big activities that you will do. Thank you so much. And before we close these discussions, I'd like to invite you to take a picture first. Okay, so I do hope, guys, you can turn on your camera. I see here there is Olon Sahara Panggabean. Yeah, it's one of the godfather of Indonesia, guys. Yeah, if you know Pemuda Pancasila, so of course there is the leader of their oppositions, IPK. This is Olon Sahara Panggabean. This is the son of Olo Sahara Panggabean. No, joking. Yeah. Okay. So let's turn on your camera. So we're going to take a picture and let's take a rest. Okay, Mr. February, perhaps, Miss Dania, of course, Mr. Sunshine, Mr. Laulet, Mr. Kiwai, Miss Wolf, Mr. Rit.
I think Mr. Sunshine is gone now, because he
yeah.
always give magnificent comment, opinion. But now he not appear.
Maybe he's busy today, you know. Okay, well, thank you. So slide 1, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, slide 2 and 3 ya. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, guys, thank you so much for coming, and see you next week. Hail Ota. Yesterday,
see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye. Have a good day, guys.
You, sir.
Thank you, Mr.
Okay, not at all.
Thank you, Mr. Hu.